Welcome to the University of Michigan Dentistry Podcast Series, promoting oral health care worldwide.
The first requirement is that we preserve all of the tissue surfaces recorded in the impression and all the anatomical landmarks of the impression. And to do this, we want to end up with a landing, or what we call a boxing edge, of about 3 or 4 millimeters thickness all the way around the master cast. Now what I have done on one side is drawn a pencil line on the inside of that landing or boxing edge, and everything from that line toward the center of the cast is actually representing tissue surfaces. And everything from the pencil line outward is artifact. It's very important not to over-trim a master cast, because if we, for instance, over-trimmed in this area into, say, an area such as this, we would actually be encroaching upon tissue surfaces, and there's no possible way of completing the denture and having the denture fit over that portion of the mouth. A second requirement of a master cast is the thickness of the base. Now, as a general rule, we say that the base should be at least a ½ an inch thick. If it is too thin, we will have insufficient strength, and the master cast can easily break during manipulation or during the compression of the acrylic resin during the later stages of the making of the complete denture bases. If the master cast is too thick, number one, it will not fit in the articulator properly, and number two, if it is too thick, it will not fit in the processing flask in which the denture bases are made. So there are reasons for having the base a certain thickness, and as a general rule, about 1/2 of an inch thick. Now the lower master cast is basically the same. Regardless of which method you use to prepare the master cast, we want to end up with the same configuration. In the lower, the requirement is that the tongue space be flat. Also, we should have a landing or boxing edge, again, all the way around the master cast, even width about 3 or 4 millimeters, as we said before. And all of the tissue surfaces must be preserved. And again, in the lower, I have simply outlined the junction of the end of the tissue surface and the beginning of the boxing edge, or the artifact. When we wax the dentures and when the dentures are processed, this tells us exactly where the border of the denture should be. So in trimming the final master cast, regardless of which method you use, we want to end up with this configuration.
You've been listening to a presentation from the University of Michigan School of Dentistry, which is dedicated to supporting open learning and open educational resources. This recording is licensed under the Creative Commons. It may be reused and redistributed for nonprofit use. Please attribute materials to the University of Michigan School of Dentistry and redistribute under this same license. For more information on how this and other University of Michigan School of Dentistry recordings may be used, visit www.dent.umich.edu/license.